And we begin with a stern warning from New Jersey's top ICE official. If you cross the border illegally, you are considered a criminal. This comes as families in our area are worried about who is safe from enforcement and who the feds are looking for. Jennifer Bisram has this story.
We can't say that if you're here illegally and following the law, we're not going to go after you. If we encounter you, we'll make a decision. But I don't want to put out a message that we will not. You're okay to stay. You're here illegally. You shouldn't be here.
A strong stance from ICE in New Jersey Monday. Do you understand the fear that breeds in people in this country right now who are law-abiding migrants?
If they filed for asylum, they're going through the immigration court. So those individuals we would not target for arrest.
Many in immigrant communities have been filled with fear after stepped-up immigration enforcement began during President Trump's first days in office. This was in the Bronx last month, where law enforcement officials say at least 20 undocumented criminals were taken into custody. And this was at a business in Newark, New Jersey, where several more were arrested. Newark's mayor fired back at the feds, calling it a violation of the Fourth Amendment right, saying agents didn't have warrants.
My staff was there. They asked for identification from people and just to determine who each person was. So no U.S. citizen was detained.
John Sikoris, Newark's field office director for immigration and customs enforcement and enforcement removal operations, says the federal agency's mission has always been to identify, arrest, and deport undocumented violent criminals. And in January, it expanded to those who were ordered deportation, as well as those who have not yet applied for asylum.
Everyone that comes in has a right to go before the immigration court and have their case heard. It depends on the situation, but most individuals, they don't apply for asylum. But all our operations are targeted. We know who we're going after. We're not just out in the community just looking for anyone at random.
While the focus is on violent criminals, law-abiding migrants may get detained and processed during operations too.
It's possible. We don't arrest U.S. citizens.
Agents say all detainees are allowed a phone call, but what happens next is case by case. As for any law enforcement action near and in churches and schools,
because we do not want to alarm the community, but it's something that could be done.
According to a recent Siena College research poll, voters overwhelmingly favor deporting criminal immigrants, 79 to 11%, and oppose deporting migrants illegally in the U.S. with no criminal record, 42 to 39%. Do you understand the humanity moment here? The humanity moment where people are living in fear?
Yes, I understand, and depending on the circumstance, we use discretion all the time.
Jen, I've got to ask, are there any migrants here in the U.S. not at risk?
Well, they say, agents say today that if you are here, you have a work permit, you filed for asylum, you're going to be the ones that they go less after. Right now they say just violent criminals, but you know, everyone is subject if you cross the border illegally.
How do they then define criminal?
If you cross the border illegally, they say you're a criminal. And that's just what it comes down to. If you committed violent crimes, they're going after you. But again, if you've already filed for asylum, if you have a work permit, if you're in the middle of immigration court proceedings, they say that you will not get, you know, you'll be one of those folks that they won't go after right away.
All right, a lot of confusion, a lot of fear, and we're going to try to continue to explain it to our viewers. Jennifer, thank you. Also, last week, Allie Bauman headed to a workshop. It's a Know Your Rights workshop for migrants here in our area. For more information on that and to find all of our reporting on immigration policies, just head to cbsnewyork.com.